right, man. Friday, man, almost to Christmas. So shout out to everybody out there supporting the channel. We on the NBA grind. And I was looking on social media and I found the interview on TMZ, and I'll link all that in the description under article link. And Charles Oakley said AD a player too. Player, you know what I'm saying? And let me elaborate and give my opinion why I agree on with Charles Oakley. Charles Oakley says Anthony Davis not that guy. He basically was asked, what about getting Anthony Davis come to the Knicks? He said, why would he leave a winning situation and come to the Knicks? He said, but he not the type of guy that can really anchor a franchise and be the #1 guy. And today's basketball fans, they don't know nothing about basketball. This ain't basketball. This stuff that's going on in the NBA, but that's another story for another day, right? But people look at the stats and they say, well, AD and James Harden, they going crazy, and we ain't never seen a scorer like this and like that. But at the end of the day, you have all the numbers in the world. You know what I'm saying? And for years they told Charles Barkley, oh, you didn't get a ring, or this didn't happen, or you didn't get a ring, or whatever it was. Until Anthony Davis do something when it matters and win something, he can't be considered better than Garnett. He can't be considered better than Tim Duncan. He can't be in the same vein as Shaquille O'Neal. You know what I'm saying? It just can't happen. He has to show that he can do it. Now, he done teamed up with LeBron. Now he have an opportunity to show on the big stage. We know LeBron sometimes let the pressure get to him. He can show that he can beat Kyrie and he can pull his weight, or he can show up, or he can have a Ray Allen type of moments. But he can't anchor no franchise, man. And you look what he did in New Orleans, and the excuse is, oh, he didn't have nobody in New Orleans. Well, Shaq didn't have nobody in Orlando. See, this is where knowing your history is very key about the NBA. The Orlando Magic was what, a 18, 17 win team before Shaq got there. Shaq got there, and they put Shaq on that team. They almost made the playoffs. They won 43 or 42 or 44 games, and they missed the playoffs by like a game or two. That's impact. Shaquille O'Neal went to Orlando and had an instant impact. That's a game changer. And Oakley said it's only 3 or 4 guys that can anchor a team on their own. LeBron, Kawhi, he said a couple other guys too. KD, possibly, he said, I'm not sure. But and still LeBron was anchoring, Cleveland through the East. They made it to the finals a couple times, or to whenever they did the first time. But he still had to get help. It's not wrong with Anthony Davis being the second best player on the team. Right now, Anthony Davis cannot be the best player on the team and take him to the Eastern or Western Conference Final. I don't care if he played in the East or the West. You put Anthony Davis on the Chicago Bulls right now, they not going to the Eastern Conference Finals. You put him on the Heat, yeah, but then you got a lot of talent on the Heat. Jimmy Butler, there's a lot of guys over there, so he gonna be a #2 player until maybe he learned on LeBron, he could be #1. But and you can't fault people that come into what circumstance. Patrick Ewing came to the sorry Knicks. It took him a while, but he made an impact. And Anthony Davis' durability, he ain't never played 82 games, bro. The highest he paid is 75, 60, 27. So how can you be the anchor of your franchise and you can't count on him night in, night out? And then probably out of those 70 games, 20 of them, he playing with an injury all banged up. Or another 5 or 10 of them, he had to leave the game early. See, people look at, AD got game. He go out there and get you 30 and 20 and this and that. Dude, what makes that makes you a good player. What makes you a great player is if you can take your team to and make a successful playoff run. You can take them to the finals. You can take them to the Western Conference Finals. You can take them to the Eastern Conference Finals. If you can do that, then you're looking at a special player. Giannis, he took the Bucks to the Eastern Conference Finals. And don't give me that team was phenomenal. I mean, Eric Bledsoe, come on, man, that dude wasn't even showing up. And Chris Middleton is a glorified all-star, but that's a role player. He's a glue guy. He played here in Detroit, remember him. Giannis' team wasn't all that in the bag of chips. And it still ain't. Giannis is a true difference maker. He's a cornerstone type of athlete. Anthony Davis can't even play 20 straight games, 30 straight games without getting injured. I swear to God, for the last 10 Laker games before he missed the Indiana game, he been on the injury report every day. Shoulder, knee, ass, leg, toe, finger, eyebrow. Man, like, how you got a fractured eyebrow? He's not that guy. He's hella talented. You know what I'm saying? So is Karl Malone. So is Tim Duncan. So is Kevin Garnett. Y'all watch the regular season games? Oh, man, James Harden, like I want you to... Every year it's the same thing with James Harden. It's like you hitting the reset button. He choking the playoffs. For like 5 or 6 straight years, he been choking in the playoffs. He choking the playoffs. Okay, regular season come, he do some fun. People say, oh, he the greatest scorer in the basketball we ever seen, and I never seen nobody like I never seen nobody like him. Oh man, nobody as good as him. He get to the playoffs, he do the same shit. Choke. What I'm trying to say, if Anthony Davis want to prove that he's a difference maker, for one, it start off this year when they make the playoffs. He got to do it when it counts. They make it to the Western Conference Finals or they make it to the championship. He got to prove to be the solution and not the problem, all right? 2, at some point, he got to be that guy. At some point, he got to be the best player on the team, which he's not with LeBron, and he got to take the Lakers post-LeBron and have success. Kobe did it. Kobe said, man, get Shaq up out of here. I can do it. So that's what people got to understand, man. People get in their feelings. The talent is there. He may be one of the most gifted NBA players I've seen. James Harden might be one of the most gifted scorers I've seen. But if you don't do it when it counts, how are you a cornerstone player? How can you put a franchise on your back and y'all keep losing the playoffs? You never won nothing. So that's what Oakley trying to say. But it's hard to look in hindsight and say, oh, Kevin Garnett eventually did it. Even though he took the Timberwolves to the Western Conference Finals. And that was an expansion team not too long before that. Tim Duncan did it. He fell into an ideal situation with David Robinson. But once David Robinson left, Ginobili was what, a late second round pick. Parker was a late first round pick. So he didn't have the greatest talent around him neither. Tim Duncan showed to be a generational talent. So it is what it is. I agree with Oakley, but Anthony Davis can change people's opinion. Just time will tell. But it's hard to compare an active all-star to an all-time great because all-time great bumped their head too, and eventually a lot of them had to break through. Now your Ewings, Malones, Barkleys didn't break through because of Michael Jordan. That's how dominant Jordan was. Jordan wouldn't let nobody get shit unless he retired and Hakeem got his. That would have been interesting, the Bulls versus them Houston teams, but that's another conversation for another day. Goodfellas Sports TV. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Reach out to the email if you got business question, quality sponsorship, video requests. Want to make a donation? That link's in the description. Best way to donate is share the video. Check out our NBA playlist for more videos like this. Let me know what you guys think. Link the TMZ article in the description. We go.